You might have to have a conversation of damn PG, like you talking about bully ball this season, but it could be a little season too late. Like, or maybe 3 seasons too late because you should have been doing that really off
I
rip.
mean, the Clippers just fucked up in general. They went and got a two guard point guard that can't guard shit. So I don't know what
Hey,
going on.
bars.
Oh,
Ball like snaps, like what you doing?
like that joke, man. That was horrible. Matter of fact, put that in the blooper reel, nigga. Had that
That's
be on
no,
somebody.
that's going on the intro. What you mean? Like
Oh.
look, they watching us right now, dog. They watching.
Yeah,
Wait a
yeah,
minute.
put that in there, dog. What's happening?
That's crazy, and it's scary. It's so disgusting too, because he was actually able to guard folks. Like I remember him actually putting effort
Bro,
into guarding Kobe Bryant.
he
You
was
know, I'm not gonna say
drafted.
he stopped
He
him,
was
but he put
drafted
effort.
to play defense and be a six man. And then he said, fuck all that. Score and make the money.
What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Train, as usual. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And as you can see, we got my guy on the screen, Jordan. Jordan, hey, bro, before we start the show, I forgot to ask you this off camera. My bad. Is the new G14 classified? I figured as much. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, for now, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. Okay, guys. That's why you peep. Okay, discretion is key.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, cool. Everybody just know I'm happy for this brother. You know what I'm saying? He's doing good big things. He's going to continue to do good big things. I'm proud of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, whew, amazing. How's everything with you, man? How's everything with you?
Everything's amazing, man. Living a dream, happy, loving life. Hopefully, be able to share this news next couple shows. But just enjoying it as we get through it.
That's bad. I appreciate that, my boy. Look, ladies and gentlemen, as y'all all know, this is called Get a Bucket. But normally I do like to talk a little bit about life sometimes. Jordan, that's just not going to be on this episode, though. We're going to speed right through it, my boy. You know, time is money, money is time. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we're just going to go right on into the show, okay? Some of these people we do know and love. I did say some. Rookies. NBA rookies, okay? That's what we're talking about. Co-rookies, to be exact. Two situations kind of come to mind. And I thought of these because I was going to go one way in terms of a topic, and I kind of changed it up a little bit. But LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony, right? And then you had Ben Simmons and Donovan Mitchell. Now, between these, this should have been two sets of co-rookie of the year situations, in my personal opinion. Worst case, like I still believe Melo should have got it, but I get why Braun should have got it. What's your which situation I guess comes off worse to you? The Braun Melo Rookie of the Year award race, or the Ben Simmons Donovan Mitchell award race? And the reason why I say it is this. One, I think, is more narrative based than the other. The other hits the point where I think you said, or I think you told me one time, you don't necessarily agree with the rookies which have sat out a year should be part of the Rookie of the Year award. So which one was more egregious to you out of curiosity?
Well, looking at both situations, right? The tough piece is one of them aged well, the other one didn't. Right. So if we look at, the Melo versus Bron, did Melo win that Rookie of the Year? Absolutely. In my opinion. Led his team to the playoffs, average similar, slightly better numbers that year. Whereas Bron, he was egging on from the stands in Denver. But Bron, of course, has a far better career. So like on the list of accolades, you just throw that on the end of his. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have the rest of that list of accolades and go, well, who won his Roy? Right? Ben Simmons and Donovan Mitchell, they aged horribly. Looking back at the numbers, with 16, 8, and 8 versus 25 and 5 from 6'1" guard. I think looking at raw data, maybe we should have swung D Mitch there. But at the same time, Philly's success and the narrative push of Ben being like, the next Magic Bron type of guy, right? We thought that would age in the same fashion that Bron's did. So, you know, with stuff like that, the career tells the full story, right?
Mhm.
Um, like with it's not like a Grant Hill, Jason Kidd, where both of them just ended up being phenomenal players, right? And it made the most sense. Like Melo and Bron, they both went phenomenal players. One much greater than the other on paper, right? Um, Donovan Mitchell and Ben Simmons, we don't know if Ben's ever going to play to the standard of his rookie year again, right? Whereas D Mitch is still giving you 20 plus 5 and 5. Now, should a second year player be allowed to be in the rookie race? I don't think so. Um, and that I think we discussed this off camera. We were kind of trying to figure out where we stood on the idea.
Yeah.
Um, though not playing in Ben Simmons and even Chet Holmgren right now, right, where it's like Chet versus Vic.
Mhm.
They started their first year. Being 82 games with the team, the training staff, the travel, even if you're not playing, that prepares you far more than walking out of college or coming from overseas. You know what I'm saying? Going from a 35 game season to an 82 game season.
Mhm.
The travel, the level of training, the money that you can put into your body coming off of that injury in terms of health and wellness. Like in this case with Chet, well, nobody's saying Chet was about to be a 50, 40, 90 guy last
Right.
year, right? But he's been in an NBA locker room for a full season.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he may not have been, full 5 on 5, but he either had the training staff of the team
Mhm.
or the training staff that he can afford with
Mhm.
millions of dollars, right? In his home gym, running his 3-on-3s, 2-on-2, 4-on-4 drills to get back in shape.
Right.
So I don't think it's fair. It gives the sophomore a leg on the rookie. Um,
And I do hear that, right? So like, let me just make sure I get the answer. So would you? It
Absolutely.
sounds like the Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell one is the answer because one, it aged
Yeah,
worse.
it aged horrible.
Two, you view the rookie of the year one like that. That's the more egregious thing to you, the added extra year because it's an advantage. Which again, I do hear. I guess my thing was one. I guess growing up, we were always told, well, it's okay. It is what it is, and sometimes you are supposed to challenge what adults tell you. So to that credit, I do hear you. I also say though, like let's say for example, um, let's say there was a world where I don't know, two really good stars come together, right, or get drafted, and then or supposed to get drafted, and one no, I'm sorry, one gets drafted before the other, right? Gets injured, comes back next year, and he beats out this other talent. To me, I would have thought that's fair personally, just because that's been the standard for the longest time. But again, if you want to challenge
I
that standard,
mean,
I do hear that as well because you do get an extra year. You are around the team now. There's like someone like Chet's injury, for example, right? You are recovering, so you're not really gaining that physical advantage of much because that's rehab in comparison to somebody who's coming up. I understand you are like working out
yes, it
with
is.
NBA talent, but coming
Yes, it
off their
is.
injury though, like, do you feel like that's a setback like that? Because I remember Julius
Right.
Randle came and it felt like a setback. He took a whole year.
Well, I think. Well, I mean, when you look at like we're talking specifically Chad,
Mm.
um, dude looked like he gained about 10, 15 pounds of muscle, right? To me, eye test looking at him,
Look a
he's
little, he
better
looks a little.
built. He's a little bit quicker laterally, and on top of that, his moves are more crisp. Like,
Mm.
yes, he was on an injury, right? But and I believe it was the foot injury.
Mhm,
Yes,
mhm.
foot injury. That doesn't limit his ability to shoot.
That's not
Um, it doesn't limit his ability to lift at least with his upper body. While
right.
he's going through his rehab, he can still be working on jumpers. Like right now, the biggest thing between him and Vic is not only the wins, which of course he's on the team with Shea Gilgeous Alexander. He was going to win this game. But it's not only the wins, but it's the shooting splits. Like
Okay.
the shooting splits are the thing that looking at Vic versus Chad.
Yeah.
You have to lean. He's shooting 50, 40, 90. Vic is looking like a regular rookie. He's shooting 30, 40, right? 30, 40, I think like 70s, 80s for free throws.
Okay. Okay.
Which we can check that. The dude's been shooting around for a full year. No college courses. You know what I'm saying? No BS trainers with a
I mean,
nutritionist and
now
flying.
what about something now to this point though? I don't think Vic was out there at the same school, you know what I'm saying, as Chet was. Like it seemed like he
Yeah,
was able to play a little bit more freer. He had a little bit more of an advantage to your point too. So I mean, would you let's say they both got drafted the same year, would you give that advantage to I guess would you say, all right, well, I'm gonna give a little pass or a little leniency to Chet because of that? Because Vic got to play a lot.
because Vic was a pro in France.
Yeah,
Um, that's an interesting point. I not
because the
necessarily.
overseas
Um,
is more than college now. Because Lamelo got a little advantage playing overseas, similar to Brandon Jennings too. Like I do think there is a market for NBA or at least NBA aspirants to go overseas opposed to college because you can get that structure. You could say G League as well, which I hear that too. But again, overseas, I think there is a decent amount of benefit from that. But not everyone can actually handle that too, though. But
yeah, but you still don't have. But even with Vic coming from France, he still doesn't have the access to the training. Still doesn't
so it's
have.
that level. So you feel like the level of
It's,
training in
it's,
NBA versus everybody else is that much different. That's what's going to give you that leg up.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
it's the level of training and the lifestyle. Like
Okay.
he's in a locker room with pros. Like he's at shoot arounds with Shea, Giddy, Dort. You know what I'm saying? Like he's working out with either trainers on the team, which most pros that are top five on their team, not
Mhm.
even really using the team trainers. We going out, we grabbing this dude who we can pay this lump sum of cash, you know what I'm saying, on a retainer or what have you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And this guy will keep me right, right? It's like it it it's like okay, he got a red shirt year in the
Yeah.
NBA. like he got an NBA red shirt year, bro.
I mean, that
and
is
he
what
still
happened.
got
That
the
is what
money.
happened.
You
I,
know what I'm saying?
I think what does it for me, Jordan, I ain't gonna hold because like you're not wrong in what you're saying, right? You're not wrong. They get an additional
Yeah,
year. It is an advantage in the day, right?
yeah.
I think my problem is I done seen these brothers play too damn much basketball over at Rico Hines, bro. Like I done seen them have too much access to NBA players, dog. Like I've seen
Yo,
that too
but
casually.
that don't
Like
mean they can afford these dudes, bruh. Look, just because you great and you can pull up to the gym, just because you get a pass, right? Garnett, I remember Garnett was telling the story about how he gave Scotty a bucket. And Scotty ain't giving the number to his trainer. Like, what are we talking about right now? Just because he in the gym hooping with them guys, don't mean that I don't hoop to get some pros. He ain't
well,
go, hey, yo,
hey,
man, here's the number to my nutritionist. Like, it's on retainer, bro. I got you.
well,
Like, that ain't
hear me out though. Hear me out though. To be fair, it's a different time though. Back then, folks won't really trying to. Like, they help you out, but they won't really try and help you out. They're not really trying to be friends like that. Nowadays, people try to be more friendly,
that
so they might
sounds
try to
great.
ingratiate you. They're trying to help out the kids. You know what I'm talking about? They
That
kids.
sounds amazing. They ain't getting the same level, bro. I might look. I might let you sit in on my Tuesday workout,
uh,
right? I'm a Steph Curry, right, or something like that, right? Let's say I got a young guy who, he coming out of Cleveland, North Carolina. Something I really like this kid, right? For some fucking reason, 6'3" guard, similar to himself. He pulls up, we hoop, we exchange info. This high school or college kid, he still got a schedule. So he pull up to work out with me twice a quarter, if that. You get to see what it feels like and go home, right? Whether you replicate it or not, up to you. But you're really only getting to see what it feels like and go home. Like the only guy where we can maybe give an advantage to is Elijah Arenas, I think that's his name, Gilson,
or Bronny,
right?
someone like that.
Yeah, like Bronny, Bryce, because them kids been raised in it, right?
What about someone like Mikey though? Because like Mikey had hella access to NBA like players, and see that's my thing. He not no one. I mean, he cool. Don't get me wrong. When I make
Yeah,
this statement, it's no slander. he nobody special. I'm nobody special either, ladies and gentlemen. Like,
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely, absolutely.
so, like, it's
Yeah,
tough.
but when you say Mikey Williams, after you finish say Mikey Williams, who's the other name?
Imoni Bates. We can say Cooper Flag. No,
These are kids at camps. These are camp highlights you're talking about. Like when we talking about the AAU circuit, like okay, they got pros at the game, and they get to go to the pros camp, right? Like I remember when I was in high school, Siobhan Goodman, who was out of Philly. You probably don't know his name because he screwed up bad. But we was playing against him. He was at the Bron camp taking photos. He on Sports Illustrated crossing over Bron. He the next thing to come out of Philly. He ends up, you know what I'm saying, not going to that school no more. Now he's somewhere playing the center. He ain't going to camp no more, bro. It's the camps. So it's like, yeah, you get pro exposure,
yeah,
right? And if a trainer wants to throw you a bone so that he could, because some of these trainers are smart, right? They might give him a couple free joints, they can get him on camera, you know what I mean? Take a little piece of that. You
yeah.
know
Well,
what I'm
I
saying?
did take him under my wing. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's me right there. That's me right there.
get
He
some of
wasn't
that
good enough
pro
about me.
mode when you get to the lead. Don't forget about me, young buck. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, like these kids, like even with the NIL, you only got 5 kids really making money. DJ Wagner is the better player than, or was a better player than Bronny in college. We haven't really seen him. In high school. We haven't really seen him in college level yet. But him and Rob, how do I say that kid's name? I don't know, but Rob, he also went to Kentucky, another guard like 6'2", 6'4".
Yeah,
They were better players than Bronny. Bronny's the one getting the $1 million sponsorships because who's his pops, right? So even with the NIL, these dudes that's top prospects can't afford that. So if we're really looking at it, like the only advantage is maybe like a pros kid versus the kid coming out of San Bernardino, California, or some shit like that going to the league, right? But being pro overseas or being on the high school circuit, the AAU circuit, working out with, even if you're on Mike Bibby's team, you're still not getting Mike Bibby and Sacramento's training level.
okay,
So,
okay. See, I always think because and I'm gonna just bring it to life real quick. Mentors, right? If I know I have access to one of my mentors, I can always hit him up and he'll respond. You know what I'm saying? So like if I ever need to get advice or if he has a regimen that he does, I'm sure I could hey, you know what I'm saying? Can I get that right quick from you? And he'd send it to me and I can practice. I can ask any questions I need to. It's not to the same level, that the NBA has it. But I'm pretty sure that these boys ain't too far off in terms of they trainers. Like, hey, like let's do this, let's do that. So that's what I'm thinking too. Like I give a little I give a little pass on them 1 year boys because again they got not a second on the flow. And like you can
yeah,
train all
no,
you want, you can study all you want to, but application is a little bit different, brother. Trust
I
me.
agree that it's unfair. I agree that it's unfair. You gotta take that up with your Lord and Savior, because at the end of the day, if you ain't play when you was a rookie, you're not a rookie no more.
That's
It's
tough.
something.
That's tough.
It's not
That's tough.
like it's tough.
So look,
It's
all right.
tough.
Yeah, about to say, ladies and gentlemen, y'all will see Jordan back on eventually. And if y'all haven't noticed by now, if y'all didn't pay attention earlier, he was on a couple of the other episodes as well. So you might want to go back and listen to a couple of them. So they was pretty good, actually, I got to say. But Jordan, do you have anything you want to say before we close up shop, my boy?
Yeah, man. Philly, go find somebody out there in Chicago because we need them. Media, stop voting for big man because they can rebound. Go look at you a couple of guards. See if Luka, you know what I'm saying? Go watch Luka and some Shea when you put in the MVP ballots. Tyrese Maxey for MIP. That's all I got.
So I'm gonna agree with you on the Tyrese Maxey one because that was my prediction, and I'm hoping he proves me right.
Say what I said.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't mad at that. I also said Shea could possibly win MVP, so he's proven me right. I'm thankful of these boys here. But no, I'm also thankful for you, my boy, for taking the time to actually carve out hours to change of your day. You just, talk a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I greatly appreciate that because you could have been doing anything else. So, but ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope you all enjoyed the conversation. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. And if you feel so kindly, you can go follow Jordan as well on his IG accounts, whatever case you want to. Hey, I'm just trying to have my boy.
I
You know what I'm saying? Like Maybe they think you might need to be a promoter for Nike. Maybe they see you with the hat. Hey, just do it. Yeah,
Man, you're
just
right, bro. They ain't paying me no money. Put that on.
so pay him some money, Nike. That's all we say. Just do it. Yeah, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But now, ladies and gentlemen, hope you all having a good one and take care.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I gotta go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, Chet.